Okay, here we go. Last one of the day. I can take the rest of the weekend, sit down, play some Madden, look at NFL.com. Not even gonna lie to you, probably gonna watch a little of the WrestleMania pay-per-view. Gonna take a little me time, if you will. Sorry I keep hitting my laptop, and sorry about the quality of the video. I'm gonna work on getting a better webcam here, or playing around with the settings. So here we go. AFC North, my team's division. And when I say number 4 team, people are automatically going to shout, he's a Browns fan. That's why he's picking the Steelers. No, it's not. Listen to what I have to tell you, Steelers fans. You're getting old. Your draft picks last year didn't pan out. This year, the cap just destroyed you. You lost Mendenhall. You lost Willie Colon. You lost James Harrison. You lost Mike Wallace. You won't even renegotiate with James Harrison, who wants to come back to the black and yellow. It's unbelievable. Personally, I would like to see James Harrison go to the Browns. But then I thought about it. Defensive offense, they practice together sometimes. And James Harrison just does too much damage to our receivers and quarterbacks, and he'd probably end up hurting somebody, just having a flashback to the black and yellow days. So to that I say, Cleveland, don't request James Harrison. Don't sign James Harrison. Let him go out of the conference. Let him go over to the NFC. That would be a great place for James Harrison. Just saying, people, just saying. Mike Tomlin, 8-8. He did good with this team. Like I said, the team is getting older. Big Ben is injured. The offensive line still isn't good. You just keep losing players, and you know I'm sitting here. I got the transaction sheet, and I see some people resigned. You know, when Plexico Burress makes a big deal that he's back with the Steelers, that tells me, wow, this is going to be a bad year for Pittsburgh. And I think it really is. I think the next 3 years, you guys are going to have to go back to the rebuilding phase. Steelers don't like to do it through free agency. Steelers like to do it through the draft, and I got to respect the black and yellow for that. They stick with their head coaches. They stick with their coaching core, and I think that's what you need to do. But again, I just think that the age creeped up on them. That's where I like what Atlanta did. Even though they had some really good players still, they looked at the age, they looked at the cap, and they said, no, these guys have got to go. And, you know, again, I don't like them bringing in Steven Jackson just because the leg issue. But we're not talking about the Falcons, we're talking about the Steelers. And I think they're older. I think they're going to remain older. And I think it's going to take 2 or 3 drafts to get them back to where they need to be competitive in the AFC North. So, let me guess, you're all saying, alright, well, if he's got them at 4, he's got the Browns at 1. No, I got the Browns at number 3, and I don't even like that pick. The only reason why I got them at number 3 and the Steelers number 4 is because the Steelers are old, the Steelers didn't bring anybody in, the Steelers have no signs of a pulse right now. They're getting ready to flatline. Plain and simple. Number 3, I got the Browns. Key losses. Benjamin Watson, tight end, went to New Orleans. We talked about him earlier. And Phil Dawson went to San Francisco. How bad is it, though, when your key losses is a kicker? Okay, I love the Browns. I love them, love them, love them. Go to one game a year, at least. I'm in South Carolina. Remember, I can't travel all the time up there. But it's the type of deal that this is a team that's getting better. The defense is outstanding. I think it's going to only get better. The big questions, a great young core of rookie wide receivers out there. Side note, Mohamed Massaquoi has left the Steelers. He hasn't re-signed with them. He's signing with, I believe, the Carolina Panthers. I think they did a great job in the supplemental draft last year, taking Josh Gordon. All in all, I think this team looks really, really good. It was either Gordon or Cooper. I think it was Gordon. Gordon they took in the second round of the supplemental draft. Here's what I don't like that the Browns are doing. Okay, you brought in Jimmy Haslam, new owner, and unfortunately, with the new owner comes a new regime once again. You've got Chud. Lovie Smith is still on the market. You picked up Chud. Why? And I'm hoping they prove me wrong. I'm hoping Chud comes in and he does great. I hope Norv Turner comes in as offensive coordinator and just opens up the playing field for Brandon Weeden to get that ball down the field, because that's what he likes to do. if he can do that, Trent Richardson, it opens up all sorts of things that he can do. The other key loss I almost forgot, almost slipped out of the top of my head, was Josh Cribbs. And I love Cribbs. I wish him the best of luck, and I think he'll do great anywhere he plays and everywhere he goes. I think he'll always be a strong voice for the Cleveland community as well, because he did so many things in that community. But the Browns, we lost. Hey, folks, I'm a football fan first, and we lost all the coaches, and now we got to bring them all in. And normally that means a number 4 spot, but I think we got enough talent that we can finish up in number 3 in the AFC North. First round pick, real quick note, because I think I did forget to talk about first round pick for Pittsburgh. You're at number 17. I don't know who you're taking yet, but it's got to be an offensive tackle or an offensive guard. I know you took 2 last year. They didn't help. You're going to have to get somebody else. First round pick for the Browns, you're sitting at number 6, and as long as he's there, I don't see D. Milner going past the Browns. He's a cornerback out of Alabama. You put him on the opposite side of Joe Hayden, and that's just a wicked defense. It makes them even better. I'm excited to see that happen. Let's talk about number 2. It's got to be the Ravens. They're either going to be number 2 or even number 3, and the reason why I say that, this is a division where 2 teams are on the rise and 2 teams are going to start to fall. Yeah, we're talking about the Super Bowl champs, defending Super Bowl champs. Let it sink in there. These guys just won the ring. It's just like when I talked with the Giants, how they won the Super Bowl. They missed the playoffs the following year. They have so many commitments. It was just now reported on NFL.com that Joe Flacco is going to play Johnny Unitas in a role, in a film, whatever. Okay, so we're getting away from football. We got our big contracts, and now we're going to go Hollywood. We're going to do Saturday Night Live. We're going to do Dave Letterman. We're going to do Jay Leno. We lost our emotional leader in Ray Lewis, and people can say what they want. Again, it's an emotional thing. I think that was a Super Bowl win that was won off emotion. Flacco played his heart out. That team played their heart out. I'm not taking anything away from Baltimore. What I am saying is, if Lewis hadn't announced he was retired, if he didn't work his butt off to come back for one more, they wouldn't have won. I'm just putting it out there like that. They had so many key losses. I can't even, I can't even start to talk about the key losses that they've had on an individual basis. And they're doing dumb moves. You gave up Anquan Bolden over a $2 million dispute on his contract. You gave him up for a 6th round pick. A 6th round pick. Do you not know that ownerships, GMs, everyone out there, please go back and look at the Super Bowl, look at the stats, and look up the name Anquan Bolden. He's one of the main reasons you won that Super Bowl, and you pretty much slapped him in the face and sent him packing for a number 6 pick. That's insulting to me. I love John Harbaugh. I love him. I love both the Harbaughs as coaches. I think they're fiery, I think they're passionate, and I love it. But I think this year it starts the trend downward. You paid a lot of money to Ray Lewis last year. You don't use him, or not Ray Lewis, I apologize. Oh, help me out. Well, you paid a lot of money to Joe Flacco, first off. And with Flacco, if you look at his contract, I think it's either 3rd year or 4th year. He's due $30 million that year. It's not happening. And for the life of me, I don't know why it's not popping in my head, but the running back, your key running back you paid last year, man, it's bugging me. I can't think of his name. Shoot. I know you guys are yelling at me at the screen. It's this. I'm sorry, I can't think of it. But you know why I can't think of it? Because he's not on the field getting the ball enough. How about that? He's a top 5 running back, bottom line. But y'all don't want to give him the ball. I don't get it. Again, I think this is a team that's aged. It hasn't brought in the young players on a good regular basis, and you're going to see them start to do the downward spiral for 1 or 2 years. I don't think they're as bad shape as Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's just in some horrible shape right now. So that leaves me with number 1, and yet the AFC North is why I love it. Another rival of the Browns. Cincinnati, I think you win the division. You had no key losses this year. Marvin Lewis is doing an outstanding job. Last year, you guys were 10-6. You still made the playoffs 2 years in a row. Andy Dalton, AJ Green. I mean, this team is exciting and fun to watch. The only thing I think you really need to do, you brought in the law firm and Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis. I don't think that pays off as well. I think you need to find yourself a good running back in the second or third. You don't need to use them with your 21st pick in the first round. I think there you go with an offensive tackle, Florida State kid by the name of Watson, or a cornerback, Trufant out of Washington. I think one of those two guys will end up in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is just too good of a team right now, and they are young. They are equivalent to the Steelers and equivalent to the Ravens several years ago. All the talent and everything else. Now the key is, and just like I've been talking, you got to keep that talent. You got to keep your veterans there, but you got to keep the good young kids coming in. And I think if they can do that, I think it could be really great years for the next several years for the Bengals. Now, this is a division to me that if everything turns right, if the Browns get their stuff together, Cincy keeps their stuff together, Ravens will be right back into it. I just think it's going to be a year or two. And I think, like I said, I think it's going to take about 3 years for the black and yellow just because of how bad of a shape they're in right now. But they'll draft. I think in 4 years, 3 to 4 years, this division could be the most exciting division in the NFL. Remember, a couple years back, they sent 3 teams to the playoffs. 3 teams. That's unheard of. It means they got the division winner, and then they got both wild card spots. That was great. That was excellent, exciting, and I think they can easily get back there. The rivalry there is great. Everybody hits hard. And it's one of those fun things to watch. So that's all I got for today. I'm finally officially done for today with the YouTube post. I again apologize for the clarity of these videos, and I'll see if I get a new webcam or something, because this webcam just ain't cutting it. You guys have a great day, and go out there and throw the football around.